Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Startup Academy, your online gateway to get success in ISS exam. As you all know that this academy is exclusively for ISS only and we are focusing on ISS in particular for 2026. We do not deviate from the main objective of ours which is ISS Indian Statistical Services. And we are going according to the syllabus. We have started with statistics paper 3 and we completed the all the major topics in this paper, which is econometrics, sampling techniques, time series analysis, index numbers, and we have to start with the last topic of this paper, which is demand supply and demand analysis. So this topic is also one of the important topics which have been we have we if you see PYQs of the last years, this topic is increasing its number of questions from the last APYQs, rather than the ones which only had one or two of these questions. So, demand and supply analysis is also very important. But before that, if you are willing to prepare and if you are serious for this ISS 2026, then we have started the playlist of ISS, where we guide you throughout the journey. And many people lack the guidance. You have got the opportunity, and I want you to use that fairly because nobody else is providing that for now. And for today's topic, let us begin with demand analysis. I- Uh, so, the topic is supply and demand analysis. This is the topic for today. As you all know from the word supply and demand, this is an economic term which means supplying is giving something and demand is the receiving something. That if suppose if suddenly there has been Korean pop culture has been very famous recently. So according to that, the matcha is also famous and all those things. They are in great demand. And the according to the demand, the supply has been increased. Before 5 or 10 years now ago, 10 to 5 years ago, in India, nobody knew what matcha was. Some people knew who might have traveled to Japan and South Korea and all those places. But now nobody knows what is matcha. And as you all know that it is now very popular and almost all places serve matcha to us. And it depends on the supply and demand. As the demand rises, the supply also has to rise in order to make people get what they are demanding. So that is supply and demand analysis. Now we'll discuss one by one every detail of supply and demand. Now, first of all, let us discuss what is demand. From the word demand, we can see that demand means nothing but the quantity of okay. Before that, let us say what are commodities. Before demand, let us discuss about commodities. Commodities or goods or the things that we use in our daily lives. These are known as commodities or goods. They may be of three kinds. First is necessities. Necessities are the ones that we without which we cannot live, like food, clothes, shelter, etc. These are the necessities. Then the second type of commodity is our luxuries. What is luxury? Luxury is the ones that if we are earning more than acquiring the necessities, then we might afford luxury. Luxury is wearing a silk cloth, or buying wearing a silk cloth, or ornaments, buying ornaments, or liquor, anything of that sort. These are luxuries. Or buying more than one houses, not for living, but for just for the sake of having one, like farmhouse or etc. like that. And the third one is in between this luxury and necessity. So these are known as conventional necessities. Now, what are conventional necessities? Conventional necessities are the ones that we might get a habit of having. We can live without them, but we might get a habit of using them on a daily basis. So that after using them, if we stop using them, then we might not be happy in our life, or we might not be fulfilling in our life. Those are conventional necessities. For example, tea. For some, India, tea is very conventional necessity because most of the people drink tea on a daily basis, on a regular basis, and as soon as they wake up, they need tea. So that's a conventional necessity. For someone, it might be coffee, like that. Okay, so these are the examples of commodities, types of commodities that you should know. Now, moving forward with demand. What is demand? Demand means, it means the quantity of a commodity or good required at a particular time or place. We are writing it with respect to time. Okay, and demand may depend on, it depends on the following factors. Demand may depend on the income of consumer. Suppose I am a lower class family, so I may demand the exact that quantity of rice that is important for my survival. If I am from middle class family, I might get a little extra amount of food that is important for my survival. And for higher class or rich class families, they may get, instead of just the necessary food, they may get extra things as well. So that depends on income of consumer. Then the second thing is income of consumer, price of the commodity. And the third thing is the place or the geographical area of requirement. So these are the three things that on which demands depend. And demand can be written as the function of price. So we can write it as D is equals to function of price. And if we want to draw a graph between demand and price, let us take this x-axis as price and this y-axis as demand. So the as the price increases, demands get decreases. So this is the graph of, sorry, this is the graph of the function FP, or the demand function. Okay. Now moving forward to what is supply. Again, supply, it means the quantity of a commodity or a good that is delivered to a consumer at a particular time. And it depends on, the supply depends on first thing, the supply will depend on the uh, the money that the producer's income or the producer's money. The more the producer will have money, the more he'll be able to produce things and supply it to the consumer. So first thing is this. Second thing would be place, of course, the geographical area. Suppose if someone is living in the northern India, near Kashmir side, so wool would be supplied maximum there because the demand is maximum over there. While in southern India, the demand and supply of wool would be rather low. So geographical place plays an important role. Then the third one would be again price of commodity. So here supply can be also given as, if I may write it as a function, it is also a function of price. Supply can be written as a function of price, where function is denoted by phi. So if we draw a graph between price and supply, then this would be as the price increases, supply also increases. This is the graph of phi p. Okay. Now moving forward to a law which is known as the law of demand and supply. This law states that if as the price of a quantity increases, the supply of that commodity or good increases, and as the price of that commodity increases, simultaneously the demand of that commodity or good also decreases. So this law is a straightforward law which says that demand for a commodity varies in direction opposite to that of price, whereas supply varies in direction same as that of price. Demand of a commodity varies in opposite direction to that of price, and supply varies in the same direction to that of price. As we have seen in the both the two graphs, that demand varies inversely as that of price, and supply varies directly as that of price. So one more concept is there, which is equilibrium. Equilibrium price. Equilibrium price where the supply function is equals to the demand function. When the supply of a commodity is exactly equal to the demand of that commodity, then that price is known as equilibrium price. Let us make a graph which will make things clearer for us. So this is a demand and supply law of demand and supply graph, where this can be written as demand or supply. And here the x-axis is price. Now we know that the demand function varies inversely with that of price. So its graph would be like this. This is the graph of demand function. Let us write demand function as D is equals to FP. Now drawing the graph of the supply function. We know that the supply function is something like this. This is known as the graph of the supply function. The supply function can be written as S is equals to phi P. Okay. And this point where it is meeting, this point is, suppose it is M and this is 0. So this point is known as equilibrium price. This M point where M is equilibrium price. And this graph is important for with respect to our exam point of view. So I hope that you understand how to draw this graph, and I hope that you understood whatever I have taught you in class today. These form the basics of demand and supply analysis that we are going to further do, and there are a lot of numericals, a lot of concepts to be cleared. If you have done economics, if you have read economics before, then this might be an easier topic, and if you haven't, then this is a harder one. So keep on focusing on the topics that I am making you do. And if you face any doubt or anything that I am lacking or you can't understand, then you can ask in the comment section or on our WhatsApp channel. Many of you have been asking your doubts recently, and that's a good thing. That shows how concentrated and how important this exam is for you. So keep on watching the lecture videos regularly, and keep on preparing with this, because if you haven't prepared, then this is the right platform where you can begin your preparation with the right guidance. And if you have already begun, then this is the platform where you can revise your concepts or see whether your concepts are clear or not, or are correctly interpreted by you or not. So thank you so much for today's lecture video. All the best. Keep on working hard.